I guess the sensual element, the brown. I guess it was just like an idea of everything being oversaturated, and how, you know, whether it's the internet or advertising or television or whatever it is, it's just everything is just being blasted at you, and anytime you come to make a decision, it's like you have so many choices that you can't even make one, or it's hard to make one, or to make one confidently and feel like you made the right one, or you know. So, I mean, you could spin off on these things for hours, you know.
Symbolic of a lot of things.
Yeah, and
artwork is as well. So.
And every time we do an interview or talk about it, it almost takes on another level of meaning. So it's you know, titling it was one thing, but you know, it's developed its own kind of life.
Yeah, so. I mean, Liam actually came up with the title, and it spoke to me in so many ways, so many things I was already thinking about, and it was so, you know, and so it just made a lot of sense.
Yeah, it's kind of a universal feeling. I think that most people are just kind of looking for that terminology.
I think it's just been a constant evolution, naturally. I mean, we never haven't really oh, he's getting us not right.
We're making
he's no, we you know, everyone asks us like what was our goal when we started making the record, or what was our vision, and honestly we don't go into a record saying, all right, this is what we're going to do this time, this is what we're going to do next time. We really just try and make the best record we can, and luckily I think we've had some really consistent natural progressions from record to record. I mean, well, I think the only recipe for us is to be honest, make honest music, and to make music that represents life and reality. And true, real life is never just always extreme or always, you know. But I mean, we have pretty low attention spans, and our heads are going crazy all the time, you know. And the reality is that life is up, life is down, and so I think our only goal is to really make music that really represents our true feelings of what we're going through at the time and when we're making a record. And that's it, you know, that's really our only goal. We've never say to ourselves, let's try and blend a little of this and a little of that. It's never like that, you know.
I think on this record, you know, for me, when I look back to like the Running Board EP or Calculator or everything, it's like, you know, there were these little jazzy breaks on the Running Board EP. Then they turned into like interludes and their own little songs on Calculating. Then they turned into full-blown, you know, unretrified, Setting Fire. And then on Ironworks, it kind of saw the complete, you know, understanding of those kind of songs. But on that record, it was still like the heavy songs and then these songs. And I think more so on this record, it's a complete organic, like, you know, no interludes, 10 songs that have all of the elements, you know, and some to greater and lesser degrees, of course, but I think, you know, the only idea is just to keep writing better songs and get better at writing Dillinger songs, not pop songs, not metal songs, you know, but taking all the things that we consider ourselves to be and
get better and better.
Yeah, finding new ways to do it, you know.
I know you can check me.
It's for me, I mean, I always feel nervous every time I play. Oh, every show. I've been doing this for years, over 10 years, and I still feel nervous every time. I still feel like nobody's out there to support us. Even if it's our own shows, I still feel like there's a good portion of people out there who are still like judging us and want us to fail, you know, and that's just my natural. And it's good. I think that's part of what pushes this band, is that, you know, never getting too confident, never being too comfortable, because there's no good art ever comes from being comfortable. That's one thing we always stand by, and that's part of why our music is the way it is, and our music is a little uncomfortable, you know, because we don't want people to be relaxed. We want to make a statement. We want people to either like it or hate it. So when we step out on that stage, that kind of feeling can either turn into one or two things: outward energy thrown at you, or, you know, people pulling in and closing up and curling up into a ball. And for us, it just happens to be the opposite of that. You know, it's like, fuck it, here it goes. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah. Against the world.
Yeah.
I mean, we always joke around about it, especially, you know, a couple of the guys in the band, myself included, you know, just crossed the 30 threshold. And, you know, we make jokes like, oh, here it comes, you know, the 30 rumors. But I think, for me personally, and I know for Greg and other guys, like, I feel about as young as I've ever felt. And I feel like, especially with the, new lineup members and everything, it kind of resets things. And, like, I feel like we're crazier. When I see videos of us, 8, 9 years ago, I think we're crazier now. And, I think it's just because, we're more passionate about it. There's more of a legacy. I know, the same thing. I get out on stage with, like, my own imprints about what this is about. And every day I still think we're out for blood, and every day we're out there, it just gets more and more, vicious, I think, in a sense.
Yeah, and I think it's like, there's a little different for all of us and a little the same for all of us in the band, but the end result is the same anyway, and then, like Liam, I see him more passionate every year he's in the band, and that's me excited for someone who's been doing this for 13 years, and like, but to answer your question, it's weird because on stage I feel better than ever. I feel more excited, more energetic than ever. But it's my daily life that gets harder and harder. Like I find myself, it takes longer to get into bed, to roll into the bed every day, and like it takes me longer to get from point A to point B. But on stage, I don't know. Maybe it's just like so I can't say when things will change. But for us, I don't think we'll do it if we can't do it to this capacity.
Couldn't you